And welcome to today's episode of Tiffy Joe Travels. So, in today's episode, I went to Bayreuth, Germany, and Bamberg. So, this is Bayreuth. It's a smaller town. I went there because I had found a garden that I wanted to visit. So, I started off going to the Altstadt, the old city area, and visiting the Christmas market there and just kind of walking around, taking a look at what the town had to offer. Um, I didn't know much about the town when I went. The only thing I knew was I really wanted to go to this garden, which was the last thing that I did. So just some cute little signs. Most of what I saw when I was in Bayreuth was just cute little like, okay, this is what it's like to live in Germany. Because Bayreuth, as far as I know, is not a huge touristy town. So it doesn't have all of the same tourist attractions that like Nuremberg or München would have. So that's one of the things I really liked about it was it felt more untouched. This is the Bayreuth Schloss, so the castle that's there. I just thought it was really cool to just kind of walk through that. You don't really walk through much of the castle, but then you walk out into the back and you are in these really pretty castle grounds, like a garden as far as I'm concerned, even though it's covered in snow. So there's not any greenery, but I was just super surprised to find it. And it was so nice to just walk around and you didn't hear anything. You didn't like see other people. Like it was just me and just the beautiful snow. And there were like water features there. It was huge. I just didn't expect this. I love bridges. I don't know why. So, just lots of pictures walking around this cute little garden area that I found to be so peaceful and relaxing. I think this was like the moment I decided I want to live in Germany. Maybe one day I'll get to. And then pictures of all the ducks in the water. Some video of walking around. I think there might have been like one other person there. So my time in Bayreuth, it's actually funny. I had pretty smooth travels for most of my time in Germany, but my little trip to Bayreuth and then specifically to the gardens was just a disaster. Luckily, I knew somebody in Germany who was able to help me navigate it. I just shared my location and he helped me figure out where to go and um, what bus to take. But I was struggling there for some reason. And I think part of it was because I had to do the buses. That I'm pretty sure was my only town I took a bus in. If I remember correctly, I think everywhere else was I would get off the train and get on a subway, or I'd get off the train and I would walk. But because, like I said, Bayreuth isn't a big tourist town, they just weren't designed for me to just get off the train and walk to all of these different places. So when I took the bus out to what I thought was Altstadt, apparently Bayreuth has two areas called Altstadt, and I was going to some place that was not the Altstadt that I wanted with the Christmas market. And then when I went out to the Eremitage, I probably said that wrong because I said it wrong on the bus. The bus driver just looked at me like I was absolutely crazy and I didn't know what I was talking about. And he told me to get off his bus. And so I'm just at this bus stop, not knowing what bus I needed to get on, apparently not knowing the correct name because in English it is spelled different and it would be Hermitage, I believe. But in Germany it's Eremitage, I think is how you say it. And I was not leaving Bayreuth without seeing this. It was high on my list. I had been looking at it for like months before I went. And so my friend helped me get on the right bus and I made it over there. It was further outside of the city than I had expected. But then when I left there, oh, Fritz Cola. So that's a popular soda in Germany. It's really good. This is what I had at the Christmas market. It was a frozen chocolate covered banana. It was really good. But when I left the Eremitage, I apparently in the winter the buses out to that area don't run as at like their normal stops. Okay, so that's it right there. The Hofgarten Eremitage. But I had to walk to this other bus stop that was like far away, and I got there just in time as the bus was pulling up. Like I was running up there. And it was funny because when I went to the original bus stop, the bus driver just looked at me and I like showed him my ticket of where I was trying to go, and he just looked at me and said no. And he closed the doors. I was like, "Oh my goodness." It was a disaster, but it all worked out. So this is the Eremitage. I had only seen pictures of it in the like summer months when it's all green and lush. I definitely want to go back and see it when everything's in bloom because it's absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed with this place. I walked around. It was like 2 miles. I just kept walking and I could have spent forever there, but I had to make sure I got on the train. Like, I don't want to be stuck in a random town all night when my hotel was somewhere else. So I did end up leaving like late afternoon and going back to the train station. And then I decided to stop at one other town on the way back into Nuremberg, which we'll see next. But I just thought this whole place was stunning. It was hard for me to narrow down my photos and just pick a few photos and videos of the Eremitage. I had so many. I can't even imagine how gorgeous this is. Well, I can imagine it because I've seen pictures, but like to experience it. And it also has like fountains and water features and stuff like that that people can hang out around. I don't know like if they dip their feet in or not, but I definitely have like seen the fountains and stuff just looking beautiful in these pictures. And they have these like it's almost like mazes. I don't know that they're designed to be mazes, but all of these like the only thing I can think of is a maze of those trees. And you just can keep walking forever. While I was out there, there was two different people that were just like letting their dogs run. Oh, this is on the train heading to Bamberg. It looks like a little painting. And then I got to Bamberg and it was already dark. I just didn't really even plan this day. It was just kind of like, okay, where am I going? Oh, somebody recommended Bamberg to me. So I went to Bamberg. I headed straight for the Christmas market, first of all, walked around there for a little bit. And my favorite thing about the Christmas markets is that everybody like kind of gathers there after work. Like you would see all these friends and families and coworkers just at these Christmas markets, you know, having food or having a drink and just enjoying themselves. And then I just kind of walked around from there, like walked around the town a little bit more. I wasn't sure where I was going when I looked at my Google Maps afterwards and kind of retraced my steps. I was a little bugged at myself for not going further because I was almost to the residence and I could have gotten some pictures of that. But I did not, like I said, I didn't plan any of this. So that is actually the Altes Rathaus, which is famous Brücke in Bamberg. It was around during World War II. And that is the Bamberg Cathedral. Obviously doing construction there. Oh, there's another picture of the Altes Rathaus. And that's the cute little river. And then me and my little mug. And that's everything. So just be sure to follow me on Tiffy Joe Travels.